Hello my gorgeous peopleini, this reading is of course going to be for all 12 signs of Zodiac, and in particular I am going to of course focus on the actual month of December 2021, but most importantly I would like to focus on like a very short and rather specific message on what kind of turning point you will have, what turning point it's about to happen to you, what turning point it's about to manifest for you. What you need to remember, my gorgeous peopleini, you just have to stay on top of the game, baby. So you need to think optimistically. You need to be as optimistic as you possibly can, and also you just need to keep going and keep going and keep going no matter what. As I said, this reading is for all 12 signs of Zodiac, and these readings are going to come indeed time-stamped, which means that you can very easily scroll at the bottom of the screen, or you can just really kind of like a check within the description box, and that way you can also click on your sign. So I suppose it's going to save you the actual time, or you can just simply watch all the video, the whole video if you wish, if you prefer. So now I'm going to start with my gorgeous Aries. So this is for December 2021, what turning point you are going to have. So my gorgeous Aries, it is not going to be that long when you're going to stumble upon just a tiny little problem, and that little problem is on one hand going to open your eyes, it's going to confuse you, and it's going to give you the sense of like you haven't got the actual direction, like something is going to be lost, but in particular when it comes to your way of planning, when it comes to your future. So this is something that you need to pay attention to, because at the same time you need to understand that you just need to keep going. Now the actual tact is necessary more than ever, and staying committed to the task at hand, no matter what this is, no matter where you are, no matter where you are focusing on, what you're trying to focus on in your life at this very moment in time. It's important for you to understand that you are pretty much so reaching a very significant stage of your life where certain things are going to come to an end. You are going through your own personal transformation, which means that it's absolutely natural that you will want to move on with your life. Most certainly you're going to find yourself on a spiritual quest, and this month of December, this is going to become absolutely obvious, especially when it comes to the actual last week, indeed, when the energy is going to be very vibrant when it comes to this particular energy. But then on another hand, what you need to remember, so when you stumble upon the actual problem, what I said, how I started this reading, you're going to stumble upon the problem, the actual problem, where you're going to kind of, oh my god, you're going to feel like you're losing your energy a little bit, you're going to feel like you're losing yourself, and this is absolutely the most important time of your life at the moment, because you just need to understand that this is just basically the sign that you are reaching the new dimension. A new dimension is about to bring you the new direction, and this is just a little bit of a tiny little like a kind of test that you need to have in order to get to the other side, in order to get where you need to get. So this is what you need to remember. Those moments, they will last like about a few days, oh god, when you're gonna think like, oh no, that you haven't got the energy, your vibration is going to be just like a little bit different, and that is going to confuse you. But then this is going to be absolutely brilliant. You need to understand this is an important sign as well at the same time. And the sign that this is actually bringing you is just stay committed to the task at hand. With another words, just keep going and keep going and keep going. Tact is necessary for you to be tactical right now. It's more important than ever, because what is gonna happen like after that, basically you are going to get a very important message, very important information, and this is going to be so significant for you because it's connected to the part of your life in the past where you thought that you've missed a certain opportunity. So it's to do with a certain opportunity that you feel like you've missed, so now this is about to reconnect with your life, and it is most certainly going to put you in the state of the actual contemplation, in the state of like, it's gonna get you thinking, but then at the same time this is going to get you going, and that contemplation is going to be absolutely superb for you, because at the same time you are going to find out something so specific about about yourself, so specific about your spiritual journey, which is going to become absolutely obvious in the last week of December 2021. And you will see exactly what I mean. And this is your turning point, because that in itself is going to open the door for you. By the end of December, you are by the end of December 2021, you are going to have a very important opportunity. And that opportunity is going to be the direct result of everything that was happening right now. And when I mentioned that contemplation, you just need to understand that, like on one hand, you will be thinking about the specific part of your life, but on another hand, something is just not going to make sense. What doesn't make sense, you ignore. What means to you a lot, what makes sense to you, this is the path that you need to choose. So you just need to remember to follow your intuition, and this is going to be highlighted in the last week of December 2021, and you will know exactly what to do. So just remember, stay persistent, stay committed to the task at hand, just keep going and keep going and keep going, because you are in for something really big and really important, a rather significant contemplation, which is at the same time going to help you to reconnect yourself with your past, and especially the part of your past where you missed a certain opportunity, which means that this opportunity is important. So any opportunity that becomes kind of obvious as well to you, that you had something to do with the past, you wanted to do it, you missed it, something happened, this is going to be your sign, my babies. Go, go, go. Most certainly very important indeed. The next sign that I'm going to be having a special message for the month of December, it's going to be my gorgeous Taurus. My gorgeous Taurinis, it's just like basically, it is about determination that you are going to have. Very strong and powerful determination. It's about to happen to you, and this is so significant because that determination is going to go against someone or against something that is making you feel so dark and so negative, but it's to do with like some kind of control, not very good control, very dark control, a very negative control, very low vibration control. It's what I'm talking about. So this is going to become very soon quite obvious to you, that you have found yourself in the web of maybe certain like negativities, in a web of certain lies that have kind of taken your attention away. So this is why this is so important, that you are gonna feel a very strong determination, because not that long after this moment in time you will see something. You're gonna become aware of the certain situation that hasn't got anything to do with you or with your particular life personally, but then again, it's something. It's gonna like kind of like ring the bells within yourself. Something is just gonna become absolutely obvious, and then that in itself is gonna make you very, very determined. That in itself is going to make you like so superb. It's going to increase your vibration, and it's going to make you so determined, because you will not be able to explain what this is exactly, but it's all about you following your intuition, following your intuition and paying attention to your life, and staying on your own path, ignoring as much as you possibly can things that doesn't make sense whatsoever. So let me just do the little recap. This, my gorgeous Taurinis, is an important moment that it's about to come, that it's about to happen, that it's about to manifest, and it's not going to be that long after this moment in time. So this in itself is very important, and that in itself is going to make you very, very determined, very determined, to maybe go against something, to maybe like slightly change your plans. Some of you will want to change your plans something at some moment in time after that point, but then some of you are just going to have a very strong confirmation. However, it's about you realizing exactly what like kind of like dark and negative energies like kind of slightly took control over your life. But this is going to have such an important flip-flop moment, because that same dark and negative energy is just now going to be playing an important role when it comes to your personal determination, and it's all about the actual determination that it's gonna kind of like really want you to make jump off your own skin, but in the best possible way, because you're gonna become aware of something so strong, so powerful, so amazing, and then you will just not be able to ignore this. And when you become aware of certain things in life, it is very difficult to just kind of forget about them and ignore them. So this is something that I'm talking about. You're just gonna pretty much so not going to have direct answer to something, but then again, it's just gonna mean to you so much, my God, and you will be able to kind of connect the dots on a very high level at this moment in time. So this determination is just going to be fantastic, because you know this control, negative control over your life, you know, took too much energy of you. So now that energy is just not going to completely disappear, but most certainly you are going to make an absolutely massive impact, where you're just going to end up with more positive and vibrant energy in your life, which is only going to push you towards your own motivation, you know, highlighting things that are right in front of you that should be highlighted. So in the last week of December, there is something very important that is actually going to be highlighted to you. It's like your own reward for listening to your intuition, so paying attention to the little signs, you know. That determination is going to become the great initiative as well. So it's about your own strength and force and activity that you are going to really feel at that moment in time. And that you need to know, whatever comes to you idea wise and things like that, it's actually going to bring you success, because the balance is going to be absolutely superb. So it's not about the great determination, but it's also the initiative, the whole new initiative that is going to re-energize you. You know, something is going to be answered to you, but most certainly the last week of December, it's going to be like a big mama here when it comes to you having the highlighted a certain part of your life that you most certainly should be paying attention to, you know. The little plans will change when it comes to your life. There's certain plans that are going to like kind of take priority, but then this is going to be really, really important, because you just felt lack of control over your own life within the last 12 to 13 months because of this. So this is why this is going to be able to help you so much when it comes to this turning point, you know, this stepping stone that you are going to go over. Indeed. The next sign that I'm going to be having a rather special message for the month of December, it's going to be my gorgeous Gemini, my beautiful Geminini. Oh my lordy lord, you know, you are going to be asked like you know, some kind of question, you know, some very important question. It's about to come up, it's about to happen to you, it's about to manifest to you. Someone is going to ask you something, and you do know the answer very deep within. You're very deep, you're very spiritual, but the answer that you have, the answer that you're going to be aware of, it's within you. So you just need to really kind of like respond to this situation, respond to this question very honestly. You need to respond honestly if it doesn't make sense to you, because I know that you're going to be like, oh God, you know. So you must not let yourself be like a swept away with the dark sea, you see. So this is what, with the dark waters, you see. So that's why this is now this time, my Lord, it's more important than ever to trust your own intuition. And I'm keep on saying this, and I really hope that people really understand me. You have to trust your intuition. You will be asked something, but because there's so many dark forces like kind of having a ball at the moment out there, they just kind of like make our own vibration kind of darker, and when we find ourselves like a little bit darker, then we find ourselves being rather disorientated, and then that affects our way of thinking, our way of planning. Like it's like a spiritual domino indeed. So very soon you will be asked something, and you need to be very kind of like a firm. You need to put your foot down, and you need to stay true to yourself, okay? Because you know there is a very fine line in between, you know, this. And on one hand, the fine line is happening because the dark forces are going to be like kind of connected to this, and you are the light. You are the light is your power. You need to follow the light. So when you are asked this question, something is just not going to make sense, and you just need to kind of like a really kind of awake within you. This in itself, it's most certainly, it's going to be pointing like something is not right. So even if you're like feeling pressurized, even if you're feeling pressured by some pressurized push towards something, like by someone like, oh hurry up, no baby, no. If something doesn't make sense, I'm telling you now, this is like so important for you to understand, my gorgeous Gemini, now more than ever. And then on another hand, you know, so you need to just like really come out when you ask something, and you just need to be very honest with yourself. I'm not saying that you're not honest with yourself, but I'm just saying that the dark forces at the moment and having this impact on us. So it's not only about us being disorientated, but it's like we kind of tend to like lose ourselves a little bit, because we are maybe thinking about things that we shouldn't be thinking about, and then that clouds us up a little bit. That makes our journey kind of, it slows us down when it comes to our future planning, when it comes to making decisions and things like that. So you are going to have a very important opportunity here. So you just need to respond the way you want to respond. And you know what? My answer would be for throughout the months of December, like I'm not saying you're not honest, like please don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying that there are going to be all sorts of people around, situations are going to appear with the people and situations that really have got that impact on you, that are going to make you kind of feel maybe that you're not yourself. So this is why, and then we just tend to respond in that way, not being ourselves. So this is why you just need to kind of remember this. It's important. On another hand, you know, there is a very significant plan. This is absolutely brilliant, my gorgeous Gemini. I can see a very important plan that you're actually going to have as well after that moment in time. So this is what you need to remember, because it's all about maybe just like a little bit of you not being able to do what you want to do, and you feeling like you've got your hands like tied at the back like this. You're feeling the certain restraint that is in your life that is not caused by you. So this is the brilliant actual idea that you are going to have. This idea, it's very important because it's at the same time going to make you feel really good about yourself, but it's also going to need for you to be really courageous, and also it's going to need from you to kind of come up with a certain plan, very important plan. How you're going to go about a certain stage in your life. You know, very, very important plan. Very important plan. This is what you need to understand. So this very important plan is going to come up to you, my gorgeous Gemini, when you come across that situation that I said at the beginning of this reading. Not that long after, within the next few days, it's going to be like almost like your karmic reward. As long as you respond the way you need to respond. If something doesn't make sense to you, then you just respond in that way. You don't need to let the other side how you feel, you don't need to let them your emotions, but then you just like kind of don't give out too much as well, kind of, you know what I mean? You just don't give out too much, and then you just kind of move on nicely and gently and swiftly. And few days after that, this is where this moment is going to come up about this idea, and this is going to make you feel so good, and that idea is going to be so important because it's all around the imbalance that was in your life. So it's to do with a plan that you have put on hold, and now it's time to start paying attention to what this plan is. And you must not be put off by the actual slowness or by the timing, because I know that there is the certain elements of timings that you're gonna have, like, oh God, and it's gonna make you feel slightly kind of, oh no, like, you know, I can't wait that long. No, baby, no. You just kind of focus on this particular plan, because by the time you get to the last week of December 2021, it's all about that specific plan, which is most certainly again going to be highlighted, and the additional things that you're going to be aware of as well in the last 7 days of December 2021, my gorgeous Gemini. And this is why this is so important. This is going to be brilliant, but at the same time you need to understand to be patient. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious Cancerini, my gorgeous Cancer. Now, oh my lordy lord, you know, you're gonna have very soon you're gonna feel a very powerful energy, very kind of like a unique activity. You're gonna feel re-energized, and this is a very powerful time for you, because this energy, oh my god, you need to make the most of it, because at the same time, my gorgeous Cancerini, it's not gonna be that long. It's at the same time that same energy, so when you feel like really active in December, you know, this is not going to be that long after this reading. Okay, so you will feel you will have like a few different stages where you're gonna, like, oh my god, you're gonna come across the energy and vibration that you didn't feel in the last like about 36 months. But every single time when you're gonna come across this energy, this is gonna make you feel good. It's gonna make you feel very optimistic. It's gonna make you feel very like kind of rejuvenated. It's gonna make you feel really good about yourself. But at the same time, you know what you must strictly pay attention to, because this is about your turning point, my gorgeous Cancerini. It's not only about this vibration. It's not only about this energy. It's about the ideas that you will have. It's about the things that are going to come to you. It's about the things that are going to be on your mind, because there is something very special that it's going to come to you. A realization. It's going to lead towards you wanting to make a really big change in your life. You're going to realize something, and what you're going to realize, it's very very soon after that moment in time, it's going to become a turning point for you, because it's going to manifest itself into the actual idea. And that idea, you just need to remember to be very much so analytical about. You need to remember to take one step at a time, and you need to remember that these are only like a special, very special beginnings that you are going to have. So this is pretty much so going to be on your mind quite a lot throughout the month of December. You need to understand to follow your intuition. You need to understand to not to ask questions, to not to kind of like go out and ask Maria, ask John, ask Mark, ask Philip. You know, no baby, no. You just really strictly need to follow your intuition. You need to follow your own path. And now it's, my Lord, it's just so important. And because that way you're going to get the most of it. So it's about this idea that you are going to have as well. And you know, this is so important because at the same time, at some moment in past, maybe, you know, you wanted to do this, or maybe you were thinking about this idea that you will have. But then at the same time, there was some kind of conflict around, some kind of negativity was attached to it, like at some moment, at some point in past. So karmically it wasn't the right time. So now this is going to bounce back, and it's yet again going to give you a wonderful opportunity to actually do this. At this last week of December, it's going to be like a big mama indeed. You know why? Because the last 7 days of December are actually pretty much so going to first of all, you're going to be focusing about like oh my god, about the limited success. Something is going to be putting you off still about this idea, like kind of, oh no, limited success, blah blah blah. No baby, no. And then at that moment in time, it's going to be like a highlighted situation, highlighted path in front of you. You are going to have a very powerful vision in the last week of December. So this is what you need to understand, and this vision can come through many kind of different situations in life. It can happen to you in many different ways, but very firmly you will be able to feel a really strong connection with your future and the certain parts about your future when it comes to your future planning. So that in itself is going to play an absolutely giant role when it comes to you just stepping in, you know, stepping towards the new stage in your life, finding yourself on the spiritual quest, wanting more out of life. Absolutely very important, my gorgeous Cancerini, indeed. Okay, so now sorry, the next sign that I'm going to be having a very special message for the month of December 2021, especially when it comes to the actual turning point, an important turning point in your lives. So now it's for you, my gorgeous Leo. So this is for December 2021, a very special message. You know, it is not going to be that long after you hear this reading, my gorgeous Leone. Something is about to start opening up to you. The more you are working on things that you want to work on, the more you do that you want to do, this is the absolute time. No matter how things are, no matter how things look like, no matter how things sound, no matter how things feel, no matter what like kind of weird and very strange vibration and energy is out there, you must not give in. You have to keep going and going, and you need to stay on your path no matter what. This is very important because some dark forces are going on at the moment right now out there, and they're clouding a lot. And I'm keep on saying this, but what you need to do is just stay true to yourself and stay honest to yourself, because someone is also like kind of going to ask you something this not that long after this reading, which is absolutely not going to make sense to you whatsoever. And this is where you must not give in. This is where you need to stay true to yourself, because I can see that you're going to be like kind of, oh my god, doubting that way or that way, but you need to stay on your own path. This is also the time of like one of the biggest like kind of like challenges that we've all had in our lives. You know, the things are like kind of like getting to the very kind of unusual dimensions that they already have been there for a while. And in order for you to come on top, this is when you need to remember, my gorgeous Leon, is to stay true to yourself. Someone is going to ask you something and you need to stay true to yourself. Okay, it is very easy to just drift towards somewhere where you shouldn't drift. But if you drift towards somewhere where you shouldn't drift at this moment in time, this is going to not going to be able to kind of like go back where you were before, you know. So you just need to kind of like, you know, remember me. On another hand, what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Leonis, it's not going to be that long as well. You need to, after you hear this reading, you need to devote yourself and your energy towards a part of your life that means to you the most. I will repeat, you need to devote your energy, your power towards the particular part of your life that means to you the most, but also it was put on hold a little bit. You can do it, you can go through, you can go on that path, and you can carry on. This is very important, not to give in and stay on your path. I can't even explain how important it is. I'm touching my third psychic eye, of course, because it's really important, and it's my third psychic eye. It's pretty much so. I have been thinking about pineal gland quartz a lot lately, and what we would be able to do if we had our pineal glands activated in the way that we should. But there's so many things going on that are affecting our pineal gland, so we are not complete. Okay, but then that is just a conversation for some other moment in time. Anyway, sorry, my gorgeous Leonis. What I was going to say is just you need to put devotion, as much devotion as you possibly can, to continue something with your life, and to put devotion and focus on the part of your life that means to you the most. Because when you do this, you will realize exactly the certain, you know, like situation is going to take place. You're going to have a very important information, and that information is going to reveal so much that is going to confirm to you, so you will know that you're on the right path and you're doing the right things. And you have to most certainly think about yourself. If you don't think about yourself, you're not going to be able to think about anybody else. You know, if you're not yourself happy, then you know that you need to see why you're not happy. I'm not saying that you're not happy, but I'm just saying that this is all going to be connected. Because after you receive that information and message, you will know exactly which specific goal do you need to more work on, and that in itself is going to be highlighted again on the last week of December 2021, because the last week of December 2021, it's also bringing you a turning point. Someone is going to surprise you, someone is going to tell you something, somebody who you know, somebody who's important to you, somebody who's connected to you. They will surprise you because they will step through, they will step forward, they will surprise you because they will tell you something before you thought, before the right time, you know, before you thought that this is going to come out. They will tell you something, and this is going to mean to you so much, because to you, my gorgeous Leonis, this is going to mean like a green light, that like to keep going. And also, you know, in the last week of December, you are going to have a very, very interesting hermit moment, my lord. And you know, when I say hermit moment, when you are by yourself, that hermit moment, it's also gonna make you super wise. You will want to be by yourself for a day or two, like you will not be able to understand the vibration and energy. And then very soon, within this powerful dimension, you will realize exactly something is going to be highlighted, you know, so much. Something is going to become absolutely obvious to you, and that in itself, it's going to like really make you you know, to move on, make you to carry on with your spiritual quest. This is all about you wanting more out of your life, but as well being strong, staying strong. Make sure that you stay on your path and carry on with the spiritual quest. It is very important to carry on with that situation in your life that you kind of left behind. It's important, but that important person to you at the last week of December is just going to be confirm something to you. It's going to tell you like a green light. Maybe we should go for this path, you know. So this is going to mean to you very, very much so. So indeed, this is going to be a turning point, because you will pretty much so decide to carry on with a very, very special and very specific part of your life that is going to have a very strong connection with the actual June, July, August and September 2022. This is when you're going to get so much out of it. This is when you're going to be able to see the direct results of everything that I've actually said so far. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about and having a special message is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious Virgo. My gorgeous Virgolinis, of course, this is the actual for the whole month of December 2021. My gorgeous Virgolinis, it is not going to be that long, you know, few days after this moment in time, you are going to have a very important message, and that important message that you're going to have, it's going to open your eyes and it's going to make you kind of like a work much harder, but in the best possible way. I'm not saying that you didn't work hard, please don't get me wrong, but you will know what I mean. It's going to make you to kind of, it's going to open your eyes primarily, it's going to boost your confidence, it's going to boost your vibration, it's going to boost your energy, confidence, but that in itself, it's all going to make you work really harder. You are about to be inspired like there is no tomorrow. This inspiration is going to be very strong because it's going to at the same time bring you right back down on the ground. It's going to ground you really nicely, but it's also going to help you to reconnect yourself, to reconnect with who you are. You've almost like lost, just a kind of started losing yourself just a little bit lately, but this is nothing unusual because of the dark forces that are going on at the moment outside. You just have to stay true to yourself. What doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. What is up at the moment is down, what is down is up. So you just need to remember to kind of like really kind of find your path and find your way in between. So it's about a very important inspiration. Within the next few days after you hear this reading, there is an absolutely mind-blowing message that you are going to have, my gorgeous Virgolini, and this is going to inspire you. This is going to open your eyes. You know, it's important because at the same time, this is going to be probably bring you one of the biggest rewards of your life, because it's going to kind of like maybe put your life slightly on hold, because you will kind of really need to come up with a certain plan, and the certain plan that you're going to come up, it's going to become absolutely obvious in the last 7 days of December. In the last 7 days of December, there is a very important family matter that you're going to have, that you're going to need to respond to, that you're going to need to be part of, that you're going to need to come out to, okay? But at the same time, that important family matter, you know, it is also going to be like, basically what is going to happen is just going to pretty much, so it's going to open your eyes, because it's going to bring you connection and reconnection with the most important people in your life that mean to you the most, and they are indeed going to playing a very significant role, because it looks like that you're going to get from them something that was missing in your life, some kind of something that was so relevant to your current situation and to things that slowed you down a little bit, but also made you feel a little bit confused. At least you will have in the last 7 days of December, my gorgeous Virgolini, you are going to have a really important plan, and this plan is going to change your life. This plan is really significant because it's at the same time going to really help you to avoid people that are like so controlling, people that are so dark, and people that are so negative, people with no spirit, people with no soul are having a little ball out there at the moment. So this plan is going to help you to avoid the people and situation in your life that took control in the worst way, where you have found yourself like pretty much so stuck in like between. And when you're stuck in between, stuck in the middle, you know, it's a very difficult to focus on your future and to carry on enjoying your life, because all what you do is just you're thinking and you're worrying and you're being persistently negative. And this inspiration is just going to be mind-blowing big mama, because this inspiration is just going to really bring like that Virgolin, like that fighting little Virgolin within you, and that fighting Virgolin within you is just going to like keep you going. And every single day, you know, there is a more powerful and more inspiration and more energy that you're going to feel throughout the actual month of December. And the more you kind of go against the little currents, you know, the more you go against like a little currents and little like a negative energy that is very confusing and very unnecessary at the moment, the more bright you are going to become, the more the more powerful your own initiative is going to be, the more determined you are going to become. This is a powerful determination that is going to awake you. This is your awakening. It's going to remind you who you are, but most importantly, it's going to remind you of your power, because you're very unique, you're very powerful, and also you just must not go off the actual course, you know, you must not go off your own path. So this is why this is so important. Determination, it's going to help you to kind of like really get this energy and vibration that was missing for such a long time, and you can only feel it, see how much this was missing once you reach this point, you know. But at the same time, it's all about like you just understanding something that you didn't understand before, and also just trusting yourself. This is very important time for you, my gorgeous Virgolinis, but also the last week of December, you know, it's all about the plan. It's all about a very important communication, very important conversation with someone, because also somebody who's so kind of important to you, specifically very close to you, it's going to kind of give you an advice about something, you know, that you are still planning, because this plan that you will have in the last week of December, it's all about you just understanding that things are going to take time, you know, until they change. But then again, this is going to bring you safety when it comes to your finances. This is going to bring you like a really great reward later on, and also it's gonna like bring you an important like a kind of moment when you're gonna have a contemplation at the end of the week. But also you must, on one hand, you must not rush with things, you know, but on another hand, you must not allow things to put you off only because they're going to take time. It is to do with the plan you've also put on hold, my gorgeous Virgolini. You know, this is very, very important, because it's the plan that you've put on hold, and now you just need to be smart, you just need to be clever, and you need to kind of like find different ways around it, you know, how you're gonna get somewhere where you want to get without doing things that you maybe don't want to do, and things like that. So this is why this is so important, and it's most certainly going to bring you your turning point. Just pay attention to that determination, because there is a lot of ideas that this determination is at the same time going to bring you. So it's not only about you feeling determined, oh yeah, determination, no baby, no. But when you feel this really powerful bursts of energy, at the same time, you know, pay attention to the ideas, you know, because, you know, there are a couple of ideas that you're gonna get, and you're gonna have, and you're gonna not be able to understand, my God, it's not as such where is it coming from, but how strongly you're gonna feel about them, you know. And the more honest you are with yourself, the more clear things are going to become. It's all about you, like maybe like kind of like finding out a certain truth, you know, and just like kind of realizing and what you're gonna do. And instead of letting that truth to bring you down, now this is going to become the beacon of your power, because it's going to determinate you even more. Follow the light, my gorgeous Virgolini. Follow the light. Never follow the darkness, just light. It's important right now at this very moment in time, and especially throughout the actual months of December. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be having a special message for, it's going to be my gorgeous Libra. My gorgeous Libra, this is in between the this is now for the months of this is for the month of December 2021, and I want to say to you, you know what is actually going to happen to you, and it's not going to even be that long. You need to understand that, my gorgeous Libra, you are going to have a very interesting offer, but before you have that interesting offer, you are gonna hear something. You will become aware of something. So first of all, within the next few days after you hear this reading, you will become aware of something, and what you're going to become aware of, it's going to open your beautiful eyes. What you're going to become aware of, it's going to make you really wise. What you're going to become aware of, on one hand, it's going to be mind-blowing, because first of all, you're not going to believe it, but then on another hand, you know, it's gonna make you so super wise. This is very important for you to remember, because that wiseness that I'm talking about, about is just going to influence you and impact you to change your life and change certain priorities in your life. And you must remember to only do things that make sense to you. Only do things that make you feel happy, only do things that make you feel excited, and only focus on those things that are missing in your life that you would like to achieve, that they were put on hold, because this is going to help you to reconnect yourself with yourself, but most importantly, it's going to inspire you at a very important moment in your life, because you know, this in itself is going to be playing such an important role. So basically, my gorgeous Libra, you just need to understand that you are going to become aware of something very crazy, very ludicrous, very mental, but it's nothing to do with your personal situation. It's just that certain masks are yet again going to be fallen, and you will see that behind those masks, they are like not human beings, they're like worms behind, you know. But then again, some of you are going to be surprised, and some of you are going to be like, yeah baby, confirmation, you know. So this is why this is going to be playing an important role, because you know it's going to open your eyes, but because the vibe, normally it would scare you, normally it would make you feel like really scared, but then you're reaching a very significant stage of your life, and when it comes to the month of December, there is a lot gonna be highlighted, and you will feel what you didn't feel in a long time, especially when it comes to the actual your own respond to something that normally it would like bring you down and make you feel really worried. So now the vibration is going to be completely upside down. This is actually going to inspire you, and this is why this is going to bring you a turning point, an important turning point that is going to come from your soul, from your spirit, from the very, very deep within. So by the time you get to the last part of December, the last week of December 2021, my gorgeous Libra, there is a very important, annoying, heavy, difficult, absolutely horrible problem coming to an end. Slowly, but surely. You know, it's about the conclusion, but it's also about the optimism. It's also about you feeling happy, and it's also about you feeling excited. It's also about you feeling this vibration that you didn't feel in such a long bloody time. My gorgeous Libra, this is so important. And that vibration and energy, you will know, you will be so wise to understand that it's trying to tell you something with the power of synchronicity. Pay attention to the number 777 and 333 at the end of the December as well, because every single time you become aware of these numbers, pay attention, you know, on your mind. Pay attention to what exactly you were thinking about, because you're gonna get a very kind of, especially questions, because a few moments after you see this number, there is going to be very powerful correlation to what was on your mind. Something is going to be answered, like something is going to be okay, but you just need to do things that make sense to you. You need to stay true to yourself. You need to put your foot down in such a way that you're only like kind of not doing something that you think it's crazy. But on another hand, this is your turning point, my gorgeous Libra, because in the last week of this December, it's all about, you know, you will, the very annoying problem is coming to an end, and then something that was just very making your life so difficult, my lord. Over the last like 3 years, your life was very kind of like a heavy-ish because of this. So this is why this is going to reflect on you so nicely, and it's going to inspire you. It's going to motivate you, you know, and it's also pay attention to the idea that you're going to have in the last week of December as well. That idea is going to be remarkable, because it's again at the same time going to make you almost like really artistic. It's going to awaken, you know, so many points within you that were sleeping for so long. So you will know that this idea is something to really pay attention to, you know, because the more you think about this idea, the more kind of like a vision, a stronger vision about your future you're going to have, you know, and also you will know exactly which part of your life do you need to kind of be more devoted to in order to reflect on everything else, and in order to make a really important adjustment, you know. So this is rather important time for you, my gorgeous Libra, as well. The next sign the next sign that I'm going to be having a special turning point message for the month of December, it's going to be my gorgeous Scorpio. And so now, my gorgeous Scorpio, let me tell you something, okay? So it's all about the actual you know, like a certain dispute that you had with somebody, certain disagreement that you had with somebody. Oh my God, this certain disagreement or some kind of dispute that you had with somebody over the last 8 months, this in itself, it's going to bounce back within the next few days. You will either be connected with that person, reconnected with that person, maybe you will see them, maybe you will hear from them, or maybe you will just kind of think about them. Our mind is the energy. Our mind is a very strong power within, you know, so it doesn't really matter how this is going to happen. But somehow that person at around the time when that person is highlighted in your life, some kind of disagreement, some kind of like a kind of some kind of disagreement that you had with that person, and it was like a lot of like a little bit of negativity around, like a very cold, you know, I'm not too sure about it, I don't really like it, you know, because of the way it made you feel, you know. So now within the next few days something is going to bounce back, whether you're going to see it into your life, because this is important. Okay, so this is when you will know that karmically you are reaching an important stage. So either you will think about this dispute or this disagreement with somebody, or you will see that person. It doesn't really matter, but when you become aware of this within the next issue, or maybe it's just going to come to you, oh my God, Mark, what Mark did to me, oh John, what John did to me, oh Maria, what Maria did to me, no Maria, you know, oh my God, you know, you just basically have to like kind of like think about you need to understand that not that long after this is your sign. And pay attention to the numbers 333, pay attention to the numbers 555, pay attention to the numbers 111. Any combination of these numbers, it's going to be rather sacred. You need to know that something is coming to you. You need to know that something is coming to you. Very special, very special, very special. My gorgeous Scorpion, it's important. Something very sacred is about to happen, and it's almost like at the same time, you know, it's like you will almost know like what part of your life it's going to make you feel really good. So when you see these numbers, these combinations of these numbers, you need to pay attention, first of all, the combinations of those numbers that I've said. If you become aware of them, you need to understand it. You need to pay attention to as well what was on your mind, because any combination of those numbers, it's not only going to make you aware about something special coming, but at the same time, almost immediately, if you can, really pay attention to what question you have, what question is on your mind, what are you wondering, what are you thinking, what is making you like, oh, I don't know, you know, like pay attention, please. It's so important, because something is going to be answered to you in the best possible way. Like it's going to be good, it's going to be optimistic, and it's going to be really positive. And actually, on top of that, there is something very special going to be waiting for there in terms of the actual opportunities. So pay attention to this indeed. But also at the same time, as I said, and I was singing, this is a very sacred and special time of your life. This is going to remind you of who you are. Within the next few days, you're going to like be kind of reminded. So it's all going to start with that person whom you had a karmic impact in such a negative way in the past. Okay, I hope this is not too confusing. So it's all going to start with a karmic impact from somebody whom you had a little bit of disagreement in your past. So coming back to the actual December, within the next few days, that person is somehow going to reappear in your life, whether this is going to be physically or whether this is going to be on your mind. And this is when you will know this is your blessing, my baby. It's not about, oh, I'm being dark lala, oh, this person negativity is coming back. No, baby, no. It's a very important sign that you are reaching a very significant stage of your life right now when it comes to the certain completion. So this particular person is karmically, this energy is coming to an end. So you will know this is your blessing coming. So within the next few days, you just pay attention, you know, to these numbers that I've already said. But it's all about an important message that you're also going to have. That message is going to help you out so much. Something that you have been waiting for, something that you have been kind of like really praying for, something that you were hoping to happen for such a long time, especially within the last 9 months, you know. Very important message, which is most certainly going to almost instantly open up the pathway for you to make a very important decision, you know. And there is going to be the obstacle that you will have with this decision, and this is to do with your future. This is to do with your future planning, and it's to do with you putting your life on hold. No, baby, no. There are dark forces out there, but we stay light. We follow the light. Just follow the light, baby. You follow the light by paying attention to yourself. You follow the light by doing things that only make sense to you. You follow the light by being optimistic. You follow the light by choosing to be optimistic, you know, by choosing to do right things for yourself, things that make sense to you, you know. This is something that you need to remember. So it's all about the revelation that you are going to have in the, you know, this is going to kind of like this decision that you will have, it's going to be important, but this in itself, it's going to bring like a big mama heavy obstacle. And that heavy obstacle that I'm talking about is just basically, you know what, the last week of December 2021, you're going to have a little hermit moment, you know, in the last week of December 2021. And that hermit moment, my gorgeous Scorpioni, it's actually going to reveal something very important when it comes to that obstacle. It's gonna inspire you like there is no tomorrow. It's gonna confirm, you know, the confirmation that you will feel, that you will have. It's not gonna be right in front of you, but you will know it, you know. It's to do with a really big important moment when it comes to your future planning. So this is gonna become absolutely obvious in the last week of December 2021, my gorgeous Scorpioni. So this is why this is so important. It's about your future planning, but also knowing exactly in the last week of December how you're going to go about that obstacle. You see, what you're going to do with that obstacle, because that obstacle is actually going to be resolved, you see. So this is why the last week of December, it's going to be a big murmur here, because you will know what to do with that problem. You will know what to do with that obstacle. And this is going to come to you when you have this hermit moment. And hermit moment, it's amazing, you know, especially right now when everything is so deep and strange and unusual and weird, you know. But at the same time, you know, that same energy can work in your favor, can be very beneficial for you, especially if you feel a little bit low, negative, down. Then you're like, oh, hello, down with the negative energy, you know, like you find yourself on the same level, so you're like kind of mates, you know. No, I'm joking, no, but no, it's important, like basically to just remember this. It's all about this obstacle being resolved at the end of December 2021. Okay. So now the next sign that I'm going to have a special message for is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Sagittarius, my gorgeous Sagittarini. This is for December 2021. So now what you need to remember is, like, within the next few days after you hear this reading, my gorgeous Sagittarini, you are, my lordy lord, you're gonna have a very important news. Very important news, my gorgeous Sagittarini. And Sagittarius, Sagittarini, this news will be very important, because, you know, it's going to answer a really big question to you. And this question that it's going to be answered, you know, this is something really crazy that is going on probably, but then at the same time, you know, you just need to trust yourself, and it's more like about the confirmation than anything else, because this is going to help you to really focus on your life and ignore things that have been taken so much energy from you when it comes to the having control over your life, you know, because it's like about you finding out, you know, about a people maybe, or some kind of like dark forces out there having the power over you, but you don't even know them, you're not even aware of them, you don't even know them personally and things like that. So it's all about getting your own balance back. This is brilliant because almost as if your own energy was like stolen, taken away from you. But then again, you know, my gorgeous Sagittarini, energy is the actual energy is very, very powerful. You cannot destroy energy whatsoever. The actual energy is constantly changing. So now this is going to give you an important opportunity to see things for what they are, but also most importantly, most significantly, to actually just carry on with your life. You need to have your eyes open. You need to know the truth. There is the certain truth that you are going to find out, and then that is going to help you so much to actually move on with your life. Not that long after that moment in time, you are gonna hear a very, very, very important important information about yourself. Very important news. This news now that I'm talking about, this is to do with like your life, not the forces, dark forces outside, you know, not the devil having a ball outside at the moment, but this is about you. This is about, you see how everything is going to be connected. So of course that this is going to be a turning point, my gorgeous Sagittarius. So these are the signs that you need to pay attention to, that you need to be aware of, so you know where you are, you know what to do, and you know how to respond to things in the best possible way. So that news and information is going to be to do it's going to be connected to you, things that you have been doing, that you have been trying to achieve, the energy that you have been projecting to maybe towards a certain project, or things that you wanted to achieve and they were like really slow. And this is all going to be so connected because you need to understand that you must not give your personal power away. And it's very easy for us to give personal power away, and we do this without being aware of it. And it's only because maybe the certain dark forces at the moment are kind of taking our attention away. By taking our attention away, they're stealing our energy. So you're not doing anything wrong by yourself or yourself. It's just about the vibration that is a bit at the moment. So you see, this is why am I saying this. This is why you're reaching this important stage. So this is important. So that news, that significant news that you are going to have, this is going to be absolutely brilliant, because it's going to it's going to have such a huge impact on you, because before it made you very indecisive with a certain proceedings or what you're going to do next in your life. So now this is going to like kind of make you, put you in the state of like a you know, decisiveness. It's going to help you to decide something very important for yourself, but it is going to bring you the certain changes, and it is going to bring you the certain realization that a certain part of your life is slowly coming to an end. But then at the same time, you are going through your own transformation. So when you are going through your own transformation, you just need to know that of course something is coming to an end. So you just need to open yourself up and be very, very open-minded and be very kind of ready to explore, because that important news is pretty much so going to mean to you so much, because it's to do with the part of your life that you have been working for, that you wanted to achieve, that you wanted to happen. But now you will know exactly what the next step is going to be. On one hand, what to do, it's going to come to you, some kind of idea, very important idea. But on another hand, you need to understand that this is in itself a very important part of your life, because it is just going to highlight, you know, which stage, which part of your life do you need to put more energy in, more idea, more power, more personal projection. When it comes to manifestation, your power will be very highlighted throughout the actual months of December, because your power is very strong in December, because this is your time anyway. So your vibration is going to be that much more powerful. So this is really important indeed. So it's all about you know, realizing the last week of December, it's going to be playing an important role when it comes to all this, because it's all it's you realizing exactly, you know, why did you have a lack of direction in your life, and how important is you know, to only do things that make sense to you. You're going to feel like a free spirit, you know, you're going to feel this free spirit vibration that you didn't feel in a while, and this in itself is going to motivate you even more. Very important conclusion. It's going to happen at the end of December 2021, which is going to lead towards a very, very interesting idea. So first of a conclusion, when it comes to an ongoing problem, you will realize that conclusion, an ongoing problem, is slowly coming to an end, you know, step towards a very powerful stage in your life. It's going to be taken. But then on another hand, it's all about the idea that it's going to make you instantly kind of like more motivated when it comes to your life. You know, there's certain pieces that are going to start falling into places, you know, and that in itself is going to make you feel so much better about yourself. But also at the same time, it's going to be brilliant when it comes to your determination, initiative and strength that you are going to feel. feel. That in itself is going to answer an important question to you, but also the vision, you know, you will feel this very vivid vision about what you are doing right now. Vision. You will feel a very brilliant, inspiring vision about what you're working on right now. And there is something, it's going to become so obvious, some kind of shortcut, you know, something is going to become so obvious, and this is going to be, my Lord, it's going to bring you a golden opportunity indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous Capricorn. So this is for the actual December 2021. It's all about your turning point, my gorgeous Capricornians. This is important. You just remember my words, my gorgeous Capricornians. Within the next few days after you hear this reading, okay, within the next few days after you hear this reading, you're gonna feel like really low. No, I'm joking. You're gonna feel, no, I'm joking. Capricornius, pam 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 pam. Capricornius, pam 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 pam. Capricornius, pam 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 pam. Capricornius, pam pam. Do you know what? It's like within the next few days after you hear this reading, it's gonna be a really important moment in time that you are going to have. Do you know why? Because you are gonna be feeling this very kind of like a heavy nostalgia. I know, heavy nostalgia, oh God, you know, you're gonna feel very strong. Maybe heavy is not the right word. You're gonna feel like a strong nostalgia, you know, like you will be thinking about how things used to be in your life, and you will be thinking about things now, and probably you will have a bits of pieces of dark forces outside, you know. The devil is playing its ball, you know. Every 100 years or so this happens, that the devil plays its ball out there, you know. And, you know, who is enlightened is enlightened, you know. So the way to be enlightened is to follow your spirit, stay true to yourself, do not do things that don't make sense, and stay on your path, okay? And make sure you understand this, you know. You just follow your intuition, and if something doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense, you know. That's what I can say. But stay true to yourself, my gorgeous Capricornius, you know. Stay true to yourself. So now basically it's like, so first of all, you're gonna feel like a very strong, like a nostalgia, also like how things used to be, something, you know, you're gonna think about your past, and you're gonna think about the present moment, you're gonna think about your future, and the present moment and your future, it's all like kind of like a little bit messy and uncertain. But then again, like the specific parts of your past that are gonna make you feel really nostalgic, you know, it is just going to something, it's gonna be taking your spirit there to the specific part of your past, and it's going to come to you not when you're thinking like knowingly, you know, when you're aware of it, but it's just going to come to you out of the blue. So this is the time, this is the moment when you need to understand, when you feel like a little bit of nostalgic, it's not about as much as, there are two things for you there. One thing is actually very important insight it's going to bring you as well. When that happens, just when you are like kind of find yourself thinking about like the specific parts of your past, you know, at the same time you need to be aware, and you need to understand, you need to remember that something is going to be revealed to you, some kind of insight you will have when it comes to the specific problem right now, you know, to stay true to yourself. At the same time, this is all going to be playing an important role, but the certain problem is going to be highlighted, and the insight it's going to be connected to what you should do, maybe the same how you used to do in the past, you know. So just remember that, just copy what you did in the past, you know, when things were so great, you know. Just you need to do that no matter what. And then, you know, this is the blessing that I'm talking about. Then few days after that moment in time, within the next few days, you are gonna become aware of absolutely mind-blowing future opportunities ahead. Okay, future opportunities ahead, and also the certain coming events are going to start manifesting slowly. So this is all about the plans that are going to work out for you, absolutely brilliant, are going to become obvious here, and also you know, something that you have been waiting for such a long time to happen and manifest in a form of opportunity. You're going to become aware of that this is about to arrive. Not only, you know, this is going to bring you time to rest, but also this is going to be an absolutely mind-blowing moment in time when it comes to your personal spiritual awakening, because this is all going to open your eyes, but it's also going to shake you up in the best possible way. And once you're shaken up, once your eyes are open, nothing is going to close them ever again. It's about you becoming stronger by ignoring the forces, dark forces that have been taking control over your life. The more you ignore, the more powerful you are going to be. And also, by the time, you know, the more you ignore, the more spiritual you will grow. The more you ignore, the more powerful your spiritual bubble is actually going to be. This is so important. This is the time of your spiritual awakening, my gorgeous Capricornians, but at the same time, the last week of December 2021, it's going to bring you an absolutely remarkable opportunity. This is so important, that this opportunity at the same time, it's going to seem like too good to be true, but also you just need to understand to not to rush with anything. It's all about you learning, growing, and understanding that this change, it's going to require the specific amount of time to happen, but at the same time you must not let that to put you off. This is very, very important. You are gonna be very mature the way you're gonna respond to things. Mature, it doesn't matter how old you are. You know, mature response, like a spiritually mature response, you know. So whatever you respond is going to be the right response, because it's going to be spiritually mature response. So basically, it's all about the opportunity at the end of the actual December 2021, but you just have to, you must most certainly stay true to yourself and do not let anything put you off when it comes to the actual timing, because timing to start with is going to seem really long, but then there is a little twist that it's going to happen in between, that is actually going to bring you another opportunity in between, which is actually going to make things happen for you much quicker, much sooner. So this is why you just have to remember to trust yourself. And that opportunity that I'm talking about, it's all about, you know, things that you're doing right now, but just most certainly taking them on the next level and ignoring illusion and ignoring negativity and just living your life how you want to live your life, the way it should be lived, indeed. Okay? So now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious Aquarius, my beautiful Aquamarini. Aquarius, 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 Aquarius. When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide all the planets. And Aquamarini, 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 Aquamarini. I like it so much. You know what? Because it's like basically this reading is for the month of December 2021, and few days after you hear this reading, you are about to have a really big blessing. My gorgeous Aquamarini, you are about to be rewarded. You are about to have a blessing. Very big, powerful, unique, significant blessing. Before you have that blessing, there are going to be signs that you are going to have. The signs that you are going to have, they will come in two ways. They will either be connected to the actual animal, like an animal is going to be right, like kind of in front of you on your path. You will know, like, oh my God, there is something unusual about this animal. Maybe the animal is going to come into your space. This is what happens very often with the actual omens, with the actual signs. Or you will just know that this is your sign. Maybe this is going to be a bird, but this is going to be a really good sign indeed. So you will know that this is when this is going to be coming. So that's one way. On another hand, you will also know if you see the combination of numbers repeating. Synchronicity, baby. 222 111 777 444. Any combination of these numbers repeating, you will know, first of all, this is your sign to just really kind of pay attention to the big question on your mind. Big question is going to be answered. So this is something I need you to remember, because that answered question that you have, that has been like kind of making you wonder something very special, you know, this is going to be answered to you very shortly, and this is your sign also. And then on another hand, when you see any combination of these numbers, you will know, you know, that not that long after that moment in time, you are gonna have this something very important coming. Even if you don't see this number, even if you're not aware of this synchronicity, even if you're not aware of this omen, you're still going to have this coming up within the next few days. It doesn't really matter. It really depends where you are going to be spiritually and psychically at, how open your third eye is going to be. So it doesn't really matter. So you're either going to see these numbers, you're either going to see the synchronicity and omen, or either it's just going to be the situation that I would like to talk to you about. You know, new possibilities. You have to stay true to yourself. New possibilities are about to come up. This is so important. These new possibilities, you know, you're going to feel very much so, ooh la la. It's going to put you in an explorative mode. You will want to explore, but this is the time to be adventurous, no matter what, no matter how it seems to be, no matter what's going on, no matter what's happening. You need to understand you must stay on your path. You must stay on your path. Do not let the negative sources take the better of you. It's very important. And they can do it because they just cloud our mind with lots of negativities, and then we are unable to find ourselves in so much darkness. In order to just stay on your path, all you need to do is just think about yourself, because the time is coming. An important, powerful time is coming. And this is all about the actual new, you're going to become aware of the new possibilities. Very important possibilities. You're going to become aware of new possibilities, which are not only, these possibilities are going to have an impact on every single aspect of your life. My Lordy Lord, Aquamarine, this is important, okay? It's going to have an impact on an opportunity that is coming, opportunities. You will find out something so beautiful about yourself, something through your own knowledge, something very specific about your skill that you will want to take on the next level. But also it's going to bring in new people, new relationship into your life, but also it's going to open your eyes. At that moment in time, you're going to become that much more wiser. New approaches to all problems are also going to be connected to the new knowledge. My God. And in fact, what's even more so, this is new knowledge that new knowledge that I'm talking, because I ate before this reading. I ate. Do you know, I ate potato, baked potato with, I'm sure you want to know this, yeah, sorry, baked potato with tuna and with sweet corn. It was delicious. delicious. Sorry, I'm crazy probably, yeah. But yeah, anyway, so do you know, this is so important, and it's going to open your eyes. It's going to bring you new knowledge, and you will know, because after that moment in time, you will want to explore. You will want to advance yourself. You will want to find out more. You will find yourself on a spiritual quest, and this is going to make you find out more about yourself, what the next step is going to be. And the next step is going to be absolutely obvious in the last week of December 2021. That it's going to be so important. The next step in your life is going to be revealed, and this next step in life, it's like going to be so important, because on one hand, it's going to motivate you. It's going to make you feel alive again. I'm not saying that you didn't feel alive, but that rejuvenation is going to be absolutely undeniable. It's going to inspire you so much. Of course, that you're going to have a big mama moment. This is going to be brilliant when it comes to your future planning, when it comes to your finances, and also even more so, you know, the last week of December, it's all about the vision, you know, the vision, and this is that you will have, you know, there's a certain vision. You're not going to be able to explain how come you feel so strongly, but most certainly it's going to inspire you so much. You will know exactly which part of your life you will want to take on the next level, and most certainly it's going to be the right time to do so. But you just have to trust yourself. You need to remember to put your foot down in such a way that, when someone requires something from you that doesn't absolutely make sense, you just put your foot down without them knowing how you feel, without them knowing your emotions. This is somebody who hasn't got anything to do with your life, but you just keep going. You need to keep going and stay true to yourself. But this is most certainly, my gorgeous Aquamarine, going to bring you an important turning point into your life. I repeat that the last week of December is most certainly going to highlight the specific area, specific part of your life that you want to take on the next level, on the next stage. Just remember that vision that you're going to feel very strongly about, and the vision, it's also going to come up, and the vision, it's also going to happen at the moment in time when you're thinking about the specific part of your life. Oh, it's like a limited success, and this is when this vision is going to kind of come through, and it's all going to be connected to these possibilities, new relationships, and also new knowledge that is just gonna, this is all going to arise, and it's going to put you on the path from this new knowledge that I started to talk to you about. Important, my gorgeous Aquamarine, indeed. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious Pisces, my beautiful Piscelini. Okay, so now basically this is for the month of December 2021, and this is very important indeed what I'm going to say. It's about the turning point that you're going to have, but you need to give a credit to yourself. For once, very soon, within the next few days, you are going to become aware of something. Your eyes are going to be open. You will become aware of the situation that is absolutely abnormal, but it's nothing to do with your life. It's nothing to do with your personal. So it's the situation that you're going to become aware of that is absolutely abnormal, not normal, strange, unusual. Maybe you haven't been honest with yourself so far, but this situation and this moment in time, it's really going to be the last little drop, in the glass that is going to make this glass overflow. And once this glass is overflowed, that's it. The water is out of the glass and you are about to move on. So this is very important for you to understand. Within the next few days after you hear this reading, you are going to become aware of the situation that is nothing to do with your life in particular, but it's to do with lots of like a kind of darkish things going on, lots of little dark forces going on. It's going to open your eyes, but this truth is going to be more important than ever, because at the same time, if you didn't know this, you would just kind of find yourself on the wrong path. You would find yourself like going somewhere where you shouldn't be going. So this will be important. As I said, it's going to be almost unbelievable to believe, and it's pretty much so to do with the person with a person or a group of people who are maybe not, who they are. The mask is going to boil down towards masks being fallen, and once the masks are fallen, there are no people behind there, okay? And this life can be very, very strange indeed. And when the mask is fallen, when the masks are fallen, then there will be worms behind. So this is how unreal this is actually all going to feel. Within the next few days, you will become aware of some kind of wrongdoings, negativity and sadness. Please don't get me wrong. This reading is actually going to be really good. It's at least going to redirect you, readjust you in such a way that few days after that, you will kind of slowly realize, consciously or even subconsciously, doesn't really matter. You're just going to start kind of preparing in your life in such a way where you're going to start making readjustments in a particular way where there are certain things that are going to be kind of needing your attention when it comes to priorities. So this is going to lead towards you changing priorities, but most importantly, importantly, there is a very important conversation that you're going to have with somebody, you know, somebody who's close to you, somebody who's important to you, somebody who means to you. This is going to be, you know, within the next few days, you're going to have a very important conversation, and that conversation is going to help you to kind of like get things off your chest in the best possible way. So this is the time when it's so important for you to understand that, you know, this is all going to be strongly connected. The conversation that you are going to have, it's going to help you to, it's going to reconnect you with, so it's with somebody who's so important to you. But what you're going to have, a confirmation, so it's an important conversation with somebody who is important to you in your life, like a family member, friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, you know. But on another hand, it's just the actual advice that you, it's first of all, it's confirmation, and then the advice that you are going to get through that confirmation, that conversation. It is going to be either direct advice that you will have, or either what you're going to gather, an important advice after that conversation, because it's all about maybe somebody agreeing with you and then like, oh my God, you know, no, it's true, you know, and then this is going to confirm to you things even more. So that person is really, so somebody in your life, it's really going to be playing like an absolutely big mama role when it comes to you knowing what to do with a certain, you know, it's going to get very, very interesting advice, confirmation and then advice. And then this in itself, it will help you to know what to focus on when it comes to your life. You know, you will kind of like really want to make the certain changes, do something really important, but then you are going to find some kind of obstacle, you know, and the obstacle that I'm talking about, it's all about like some kind of hidden agenda. Now, the last 7 days in December are going to answer an absolutely mind-blowing question to you, my gorgeous Pisces, when it comes to that obstacle, when it comes to that problem, because, you know, all this interesting advice and everything that I said so far, this was all kind of opening you up, helping you to understand things from a much higher level. You will understand something so important, which is going to put you on a very powerful path, but you will not know how you're gonna get there. So this is the obstacle in between. After what you will want to do, you will want to change things a little bit. You will want to carry on with something very important when it comes to your life. It's about carrying on. It's about keep going. It's about keep going forward, even when it's so dark. You know, keep going forward, because you don't want your energy to be taken away from you. And this is what it happens. You find yourself like being very disorientated, and then you're not going backwards and you're not going forward. So this is about you going forward in your life and knowing exactly what to do. So the last 7 days in December are going to bring you a very strong opportunity, but it's still that obstacle. So this is all going to lead towards a powerful opportunity in your life. You need to do something that you've been wanting to do for a while by continuing with your life, continuing with what you're doing, continuing with what you wanted to do. Continuation, so important. But on another hand, it's about that obstacle, you know, that bloody obstacle that I'm talking about. There is an obstacle going to be in between when it comes to that opportunity, that continuation. The last week of December, this is when you're going to find out something absolutely mind-blowing. You are going to have a bit of a hermit moment, you know, a couple of days you just will want to be by yourself. The energy is going to be very thick, very strange and very unusual, and you will be thinking and something is just going to come to you. And this is an important moment that I'm talking about. It's going to almost instantly going to bring you a vision. It's almost instantly going to kind of bring you certain ideas. It's almost instantly going to inspire you. But above all, you're instantly going to increase your vibration, and something is just going to be telling you, keep going forward, keep doing what you wanted to do, carry on with something so important. Maybe you had a certain idea before and you were like, oh no, you know, maybe you put certain plans on hold. Maybe you just blocked yourself from doing something. So this is an important continuation that is giving you an absolutely mind-blowing opportunity, my gorgeous Pisces. So you need to pay attention to what this is. This is very important, but it's also going to literally change your life. And now, again, I'm seeing specific moments like March 2022, you will be able to see the direct growth and change that is happening to you after that moment in time, after you made this decision. But then again, the big moment really, it's going to be in August 2022. So August 2022, it's going to be an absolutely direct result and correlation with everything that I said so far, my gorgeous Pisceani. Very important to say, stay true to yourself and keep going no matter what. Keep going. The further you go, the more powerful you are going to be. The further you go, it's going to inspire you more. So see which part of your life needs more energy. Okay, what do you need to do? My God, it's important, more important than ever. Okay, because at the same time you are about to plant a very powerful spiritual seed, you know, and when they're so interesting and tricky sometimes, spiritual seeds, because when they're so tiny and little, they grow into the biggest oak in the forest. And I'm talking about the biggest oak in the forest here. So that's why I'm talking about something that is going to bring you joy, you know, success, but also it's going to give you a chance and opportunity to carry on with some kind of unfinished business. This will be very personal to you, very important and very significant indeed. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous people. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you all. Bye.